something to show you. We have been telling you for a while about how Subaru is leaning in on electric cars. You have seen the Trailseeker and the Solterra there, Trailseeker over here, but you haven't seen this one. This is the Subaru Uncharted. It is brand new. It has a lot of power. It has a lot of really cool features. It has a magically large cabin, and it's all Subaru. Come on, I'm going to show you around. It is all the things that we love about Subaru. So all-wheel drive, lots of power, lots of capability for off-roading, for trail riding, for all the places that you like to go in a Subaru. It looks a little familiar if you've been paying attention to electric cars from another car maker. That's because it shares its DNA with that particular model. I'm not going to go there quite yet. I will share that with you. But I want to tell you a little bit more about the Uncharted before we go further. So check this out. Be sure to follow along on all of our social channels. Subscribe to us here on YouTube. There is a link down below to our newsletter so you can get all of our news every week in your inbox. And when we put a video in the corner, click on it. If you like this, you're going to like that. The Uncharted has this really cute hatchback design. Look at the roof line. It is scooped and it has this really beautiful shape to it. You'll notice some details like the door handles on the rear doors are here up in next to the window rather than down on the body. Notice these tail lights on the Uncharted that scoop around the rear and give us this really cool look. You've never seen a Subaru that looks like this. I want you to notice these tail lights and how they sort of make this pattern across the rear. The brake light is also here in this rear gloss bar. There is the Uncharted badge. Here it tells you that it is all-wheel drive. It's a Subaru, so that's what we expect. And then it has a really nice lower treatment. It also has really nice ground clearance. And look, it is ready for off-road. It's got the cladding around the wheels. It's got the lower cladding along the bottom there, telling us that it is ready to go off-road. And look at these beautiful dark wheels. It looks beautiful. The Subaru Uncharted also features a Tesla-style NACS charge port. That's North American Charge Standard. And what that means is it can charge at any of the Tesla Superchargers or really any charger as long as you have an adapter. On the front, you'll notice these really cool headlights. I love this sort of almost like a Morse code of headlights. It's that quad or that trifecta of lights that dash across the front. And then because it's electric, it doesn't need a large front grille to take a lot of air in. So we do have a lower air intake there, but really this is capped by the Subaru logo more than anything else. Isn't that refreshing to just look at the logo and look at the beautiful lights and not have to look at a large oversized grille? Subaru Uncharted is designed for adventure and fun, and that means bringing all your stuff along. It has a really nicely sized cargo area for such a small car. You can fit quite a few things back here, and you can fold down the rear seats if you need more space. I love this hatchback design. It gives you not only the perfect place to stow a lot of things and a nice space to do it, but it also gives you the perfect cover overhead if you feel like just hanging out and enjoying the view, which I think is really the best thing to do with the hatchback. But I do really love the hatchback design. It's very sporty. It almost has an athletic shoe look to it versus the square back of an SUV. So it looks modern, it looks fresh, and it looks really great. Underneath the cargo floor, there's actually even a little more space to stow a few things like a power cord, which you're going to need in this car because you do have to plug it in. The Subaru Uncharted comes in 3 different trims. There is the Premium, then there is the Sport, and there is the GT. How are they different? Well, this is the Sport, and this is sort of the middle of the trim. The GT has a few more spoilers, like a sunroof, which we don't find in the Sport. But check this out. The Premium also offers front-wheel drive. That is something that we never hear from Subaru, front-wheel drive. In fact, they don't really make front-wheel drive cars, but they wanted to offer a single motor option with 300-mile range because some people are never going to go off-road and they really want the range, but they really love Subaru. Subaru wants all their customers to be happy. So those who do want the single motor with front-wheel drive, you're going to have to shop for it, but you can get it. Premium is only available in front-wheel drive, but Sport and GT are all-wheel drive. If that's what you want, that's the place to go. Everybody else gets what Subaru is really good at, and that is all-wheel drive. So let's talk about the all-wheel drive experience in the Subaru Uncharted. The Subaru Uncharted is all about the experience. Electric driving, off-road, on the trail, the place you want to be, 290 miles on a charge. That's pretty amazing. That's a very good number, especially for a four-door, five-passenger SUV with all-wheel drive. And that is what Subaru is so good at doing. But that's not where it stops, because this car still delivers 338 horsepower with two motors, one on the front and one on the rear, because that's the secret to all-wheel drive. But Subaru's engineers went beyond specifically designing the chassis and the ride experience, the drive experience, the off-road modes, so that you get the off-road experience that you expect from Subaru. Whether it's just having fun on a trail or just trying to get out of a snowstorm, the Subaru Uncharted is designed to chart that course for you. And we need to talk about this interior, because you guys, this is really cool. So Subaru started with a flat top and flat bottom steering wheel. This is something that we see in the other electrics, in the Trail Seeker and in the Solterra. And then you'll notice here are all the controls on this side, and over here for entertainment, and on this side for driver assist systems. And we have the driver display, which is way back here, almost to the windshield. So here you're going to have all of your key information. It's a little freaked out right now because we're in a studio. We are not in a garage. In fact, I'll show you, there's New York City right there. But what you'll be able to see is all your key information here and here. The drive systems that are active, your speed, anything that you need to know will show up right there. And I'm going to say, you can look and see, the view is pretty comfortable. I can see a lot of the information on that screen really clearly. We have this really large 14-inch touchscreen multimedia system here with dials for climate and a dial for volume for the radio. If it looks familiar, it might be because you have driven a Toyota lately. This looks a lot like the screens that we see in Subaru's partner, Toyota. Down here we have air vents, and then we have these double phone charge pads right there. And then we have this push button gear shifter that allows you to push down and turn it to, I'm not going to do it, but to push down and turn it to shift the gear. We have a rear view camera here. Then we have our auto hold button there, my very favorite feature. And then we have our drive mode selector here, our X mode here for even better capability in snow, dirt, and deep snow or mud. And you'll be able to do this. Hey, Subaru. Isn't that great? All the things that you need and expect to have right here at your fingertips are right here in the center console in the Subaru Uncharted. There are cup holders here, an armrest here that gives you dual usage, so your passenger can sneak something out of there without you seeing it, and you can't tell what she's doing. Sneaky, sneaky. But it's great to be able to have that dual function. We also have this really beautiful leatherette, vegan leather upholstery. I love the color that Subaru chose here. The light gray and dark gray is a really nice effect because it hides the dirt but keeps the interior bright. Not only is there this really great center console, there is a nice little storage space underneath with more USB ports and power outlets, so you can always charge all the things. Isn't that thoughtful? The Subaru Uncharted is notable for this really cool modern design. Notice the orange accents that span the dash. So we have that double bar of orange with the air vents on either end and some design detail there in the center, where it's framed by dark leatherette on the top and light leatherette on the bottom to complement the color of the seats. You'll also see those details here on the door panels. In the rear seat of the Subaru Uncharted, you'll find a lot of creature comforts. And this is something that I'm really excited to see, because in some of their vehicles, hello, Crosstrek, looking at you, they don't have rear air vents and USB ports as a standard feature. Not so in the Uncharted. We have air vents here. We actually have heated seats in this mid-level sport version and two USB ports. So there's a lot of function back here for your rear seat passengers, and that is a really great thing. We also have two lower sets of anchors, full sets of latches actually, two lower anchors here, and then the rear tethers. So if you need to put child passenger car seats in here, you absolutely can do that. With 338 horsepower and over 400 pound-feet of torque, you have lots of power to haul kids and gear in the Subaru Uncharted as well. And that's a really welcome detail. If you've ever driven a very small economical car and tried to merge onto the highway and were afraid that you might not make it, especially when you've got kids in the back seat, that ain't gonna happen here because of the amount of power underfoot here in the Subaru Uncharted. The Uncharted from Subaru takes a lot of inspiration from the Solterra. This was Subaru's first EV, and it has a lot of power like the Uncharted, 338 horsepower and over 400 400 pound-feet of torque. It is a more traditional shaped and sized SUV versus the hatchback style of the Uncharted. Also bringing a little inspiration to the Uncharted is this guy. This is the Subaru Trailseeker. We first saw this over the winter and we're very excited to make its acquaintance. It's 375 horsepower. It's more of an Outback sized SUV that is all electric, and that'll be coming to the market pretty soon. We love the details inside. Many of them are very similar to what we see in the Uncharted, including the gear selector, the 14-inch multimedia screen, and the double charge pad for phones. But it has a lot more cargo capacity and it has more power. Like the Uncharted though, it carries all of that all-wheel drive capability that we love about Subaru. If you think that the Subaru Uncharted looks familiar, you're not wrong. This actually is the product of a partnership between Subaru and Toyota to build electric cars. And honestly, if you're going to build an electric car, why not choose a partner who has a really great track record and builds really great, efficient cars that also are reliable, that last a long time, and that can do everything that you expect them to do. And that is the magic here. The underpinnings, the DNA of this car comes from Toyota. We see a lot of familiar details, a lot of familiar features inside the car and outside, but really underneath all of it, it is a Subaru. The Subaru Uncharted is defined by the brand's symmetrical all-wheel drive, as well as additional tuning to the chassis and suspension to make it even more capable on the off-road course. And all the things that Subaru's engineers did to make sure that this car can take you where you need to go and where you want to go comfortably and confidently all the time.